Hello, hello, hello. So, it is the end of the heroic race, and we did come first and manage to get the new heroic, the new Demolition dragon, aka the Miley Cyrus dragon, the yellow dragon, which is basically a duck with a paintbrush, and we also managed to get Wingspan. And so I will be hatching 3 of these dragons today, and at the same time showing you something that you probably shouldn't do, and we also managed to get our mythical egg from this event. So overall, a lot of success. But what did we acquire from within the mythical egg, you may ask? Well, it was actually a really nice one this time in the form of Whimsical. I really like this dragon, I like dinosaurs, I like pterodactyls, and that is everything in one. But anyway, back to hatching the big boy, High Sunbringer. So I am going to be skipping these with gems, and it's generally not a good idea. I was doing it this once purely to try out the quest system, which I don't think doing it for the quest was a good idea, but might as well try it for our first time. But we've got this huge baby in the form of High Sunbringer. Look at how wide he is. Have you ever seen a baby that wide? Actually, yeah, I guess human babies are kind of wide usually. He's cute, I like him, but he's just very large. And we do have to level him up quite a bit to get his adult form, because it is a heroic dragon after all. And there is his adult form. Now, the light element does mean that High Sunbringer is comparatively quite weak compared to a lot of other heroics, but it's still a heroic, and so since it's my first, it's going to be useful to me. And that's what's important. The other dragon that we've got, as I mentioned before, is Demolition, which I'm also going to be skipping the timer on. Again, never do this. It's a bad idea. But Demolition is a legend, war, and energy dragon, which it's got a lot of interesting animations based off of Miley, it seems, but you know, at the same time, I do like having just legends in general, like, even though it's only got 3 elements, which makes them less useful than some other dragons, you know, they're going to be somewhat useful for this quest, and if we can get at least some orbs to be able to empower them once, then we can use them for breeding. So that was the main reason I was okay with wasting some food for these battling quests, but I don't think it's a good idea overall. In fact, that's the reason I did this, because I was like, I know that this is a bad idea to waste the gems gemming these timers, and then doing some battles, but we did it anyway. And we need to get the duck out. We need to make some space for Mr. Ducky. Let the ducky in. Please move out of the way. But yeah, I did make a big boo-boo during this event as well, while also knowing that this was a bad idea. But it is what it is. But we got Mr. Ducky anyway. Look at him. If there's one dragon I don't mind taking up to level 30 plus, it's gonna be a duck with a paintbrush. And we also got a quest done for this as well, because they were asking for dragons with, like, what was it, energy and plant, something like that, or energy and ice, that was it actually. But look at him with his paintbrush. We don't get a lot of unique animations out of this guy and High Sunbringer, but we got them out of Demolition, that's for sure, but very ducky looking dragon. I'm happy with it. And then we got the quest, and this was the main thing I wanted to talk about, because for Heroic Combat 1, you only need level 20s to start, but for Heroic Combat 2, you need level 30s to start. And this is the big problem, because is it actually worth it taking your dragons up all the way to level 30 just for a couple of extra orbs? Like, doing these battles are really good because you can upgrade, say, your heroic dragon. Like, we're doing it right now, just taking out some dragons. We're gonna get to bronze, and then silver, then gold, then legend rank. And that's a really good way of doing that. But heroic combat requiring such a high level, I think most players will benefit from just finishing off Heroic Combat 1 and not really worrying about Heroic Combat 2 too much. And I think that's probably, in general, the way that these events go. Unless you are a very long time player and you just have, like, endless amounts of food, in which case, go crazy. We've also got our cutie Sakura-chan to get hatching. My goodness, it took a while to get this very rare dragon out of that key rescuing situation. My goodness, that was a big fat legendary at the end. But Sakura's got these lovely little flowery animations going around. Just look at how cute they are. One nice dragon. There are a few dragons that just have these permanent animations going on. It just makes them look so lively. And even if they're really basic like this one, you know, I can appreciate it. It's something that just adds a little bit more character to them on top of their basic, like if you click them animations, like, ah, it's so pleasant. But that's not the end of the hatchings. Oh no. On top of Sakura, we got that whimsical dragon to hatch because, you know, this is over the span of many days. I've been doing lots of things, going many places. We've been swapping between mobile and PC. It's been wild, but I absolutely love whimsical. You know, it's just a cool looking dinosaur pterodactyl. I don't think it's really a dragon. It doesn't seem very dragony to me. It seems a lot more pterodactyl-y to me, which that's because it's a pterodactyl. But no, out of all of the mythicals I could have gotten, this was definitely one of the better ones for me. So, yeah, I'm happy about it. He's got his little symbol on his shoulder / back as well. Will I use this dragon? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll level it up to level 35 for the roost upgrade. But aside from that, we do also have the Lamp Genie, who is actually kind of an interesting one because he's got the first element of magic. And I don't really have many magic dragons, so I'm really happy I managed to breed this guy. I think it was using the Time Dragon. And he looks really cool in this habitat as well. I don't think he's got any custom animations, but in general, I just like his design. You know, he's a cool genie. And I think if I'd have tried to go for him intentionally, it probably never would have happened. So I like that he was a somewhat accidental breed. Because that's just what I'm doing with the Time Dragon. It's just like, yeah, Time Dragon and something. Just go wild. And then we've also got that Wingspan Dragon. So originally I hatched the other three, but I waited for Wingspan. And Wingspan was the very rare from the previous heroic race. He does have the same animation as the alien baby, I've noticed, which I think it does kind of suit him because he looks kind of chubby, but it's just something I noticed from the other alien, and I think it suits this guy a little bit more than the other one. But a very pretty dragon overall. I love that colour of bluey green with yellow. Very much like it. But coming back to the questing side, which was the main thing I was wanting to talk about for any newer players, you'll see that I did a few of these stages, not very many. And I probably would have continued. I did get my dragons up to level 33, but I didn't continue with the others. The problem is, I accidentally misclicked on who I was going to empower, and I accidentally clicked this dragon instead of the one next to it. I think it was like some random useless dragon, and yeah, this happened instead. So it is what it is. This is what I get for playing on mobile, but that can also go wrong, although I would say it was very much a user issue. But the point is, if you level up your dragons for this questing event and you do literally anything else with them, they're not going to be available for these combats. And unless you log in every 6 hours and do these combats on the dot, you're not going to get all these bonus orbs. So I think at most the best one to go for would be Heroic Combat 1, which is still going to require quite a few levels on them. But Heroic Combat 2 is definitely pushing it. Unless you've just got tons and tons of extra food lying around. I did want to sort of do it despite knowing that it wasn't a good idea. And then I misclicked as well. So there's your showcase of me being a massive stupid head. And it can happen to all of us. In fact, I also misclicked on, I think it was an arena fight earlier, and I ended up accidentally clicking the speed up for 4 gems. Every time it happens, it triggers me to no end, and yet it will still keep happening, because on mobile, trying to click those buttons is just hell. It is just complete hell trying to click them. But it happens, and I guess the moral of the story is just that those quests only take part in them if you are fully prepared and you can log in every 6 hours. You can get the heroic orbs out of it, which is the main reason people go for them, but don't put your dragons in for any training or anything else, otherwise they will not be available. I know it's obvious and in your face, but if you lose focus for even a moment like me, your dragon will end up being empowered by accident. But anywho, I think it was probably yellow or the one next to yellow that I was looking at, pure. I think that was probably the one I intended. It was supposed to be a useless dragon and I failed miserably. Maybe I was also very tired. I can definitely see that happening with me being very tired in bed. I've misclicked that before. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be me. You don't want to screw it up. The other event that we've got going on is this one. And this one I actually did not understand that there was actually a top to this tower. And that you could actually get the battalion dragon from it. Now I know this, and I'm pretty sure it's not doable. But hey, I mean, my first time ever seeing this event. And honestly, so far, Rose Tower, I think, has been my least favorite event. Because there are maps and such that people use to sort of map out the quickest ways to get through this event. But I hate the fact that your progress is basically decided on this random slot machine system, and if you just don't get big ones like 3s every time, then your chances of getting up to the top and getting anything else nice dragon orbs, I almost said pieces, and getting anything else out of this event are just not very high. Like, here I would hope to get a 3 after this, but are we going to get a 3, or is it going to take another 2 lots of bungeeing? Let's see. Is the game going to be nice? No, it's going to be a 1 again, and that's the event is just so painful. I hate it. I don't know if you like it or not, but everything about this event, I don't like it, and now we get a 3. And you know the thing that annoys me the most about this event, that if you get a 3, you'll move to 2 slots, and then it won't save your actual moves past that. How annoying is that? It won't save the rest of your moves, so it just deletes them as if they don't exist. It's just unbelievably annoying. I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. At least we got a 3 here, because as you can see, I'm at 5 out of 6 pieces for red crested. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that final legendary piece, to be honest with you, with 14 hours left. Probably not. But we'd be cutting it really close, and to be honest, I didn't use any of the guides for this. I did not know that there was an actual top to this. So yeah, he's very, very cute. I'll give him that. There's also the other white rose dragon thing in this event. He's cool. I like him. But, oh, we can trade in 1500 to straight up get red crested. That's interesting that they let you do that, actually. Well, at least now we know for in future. Again, I'm still quite new to coming back to this game, so there are a lot of things that I don't know, which is why when I screw up, or I'll try things that I know aren't too good so that I can, you know, tell you if it was a bad idea or not. And in this case, randomly hoping for good RNG is not going to work in this Rose Tower. Lots of people aren't ever going to make it to the top. But it's one of those events that I just count as a write-off. We got our heroic. I'm happy. We got lots of new dragons coming. I'm happy. But I guess that was pretty much everything I wanted to share with you today.